Beatus Essay. This is High Priestess Yashodhara Singh. Welcome, viewer, and a very happy new year, wherever you are, whoever you are. May 2024 be exactly the way you have imagined it. May you get everything that you have worked towards and wished for. Just make sure that your vibes are high from morning to evening, from 1st of Jan to 31st of December, right? And always remember, put yourself in a level where you can be of use to someone who needs you, because tomorrow the universe will grant you good karma because of that. All right, enough yarn, like they say. So this video is going to cover the general predictions. As I've already told you, I'm going to give you the messages, and after that I've already pulled out the cards. This time we have a lot of cards. I am going to get them all out and read them out to you and explain it one by one. Let's begin with the messages. I will also be telling you about I'll give you a little more information, but let's get to that later. Changes on one hand and lazy, idle energy on another. So there is going to be changes for sure. That's the commonality of this. But you have two aspects. It depends on whether you can push yourself, whether you're disciplined, whether you're motivated enough to work towards an aim, and that has to come from within. It does not come from the outside. You can watch as many videos, you can read as many books, but you need to find a reason that drives you enough, that gives you that kind of passion so that you can move towards a goal. That is happening. And that will be obviously changing your life. But if you are going to be stagnant, that is because you are procrastinating or you are being lazy or idle. There is no middle path here. Watch your perception. It's not stagnation but replacement that is happening. So when you are stagnant and when you're lazy and idle, or at least you're feeling lazy and idle, or at least you feel that there is a standstill and that there is no movement happening, please be careful that you don't perceive it as nothing is happening in my life, nothing is working out in my life, because that is your perception. What is actually happening is that replacement is taking place. Remember, when you're replacing something, even if you're taking one hand and then replacing it with the other, there is one point when both the hands are stationary. There's zero movement, right? So that's what's happening at that point of time in the month of Jan in your life. So don't interpret it as nothing is happening in my life. See, look around you. Could there be, for example, you have some bank work, you have a project or a tender that has to be passed. You've applied for a job and you're waiting for a reply. It could be that it's the weekend. It could be that the person in charge is out on leave for whatever reason. It could be that your file hasn't reached a particular desk yet, right? Don't be anxious about it. If you have done the necessary job, then wait and focus on the process and stay positive about the result. But don't be anxious. That's a low vibe, okay? Feb 10th is when the green wooden dragon takes over. Remember, this is the year of the dragon, 2024, and it's a beautiful year. The mood of nobility and rigor will prevail, which means you will want to do noble acts and deeds, right? You will want to be rigorous and proactive in making sure that your life is better than what it was in 2023, not just of yours, but the loved ones or the people who are getting affected by the kind of works and tasks that you do. There will be need for creative activity. So I'm expecting a lot of wand cards to come up, just because wands is the suit for creativity. And when I say creativity, a lot of people misunderstand that when I say creativity, it means you have to be a painter, a sculptor, an artist, a writer. Of course, they are creative arts. But at the same time, you can be creative in your daily life. For example, I have no head or tail about how to cook. But of late, I've started learning how to cook, and call it beginner's luck, but it's not very bad. Everything is edible, right? So you can be creative by learning something or working on something, a skill that you already have, and improvising and improving on it. That is creative. When you're creating something, remember, you cannot destroy. One body cannot have creation and destruction. So when you're creating, and even overthinking is destruction, negative addictions, they are all destruction, right? So when you're working on creating something, a meal. You create a meal, right? Being a homemaker is one of the toughest jobs, and that is why you're creating a happy environment for your family. You're creating meals. You're creating all the necessary comforts required for your family to be happy and healthy and relaxed when they come back home. So that element needs to be understood by you. Don't think that your job is any less. If your energy resounds with the change, you will experience luck. So remember, your energy has to match the energy of luck. Everything has energy, even luck has energy. So it's like a bulb. It sometimes the bulb flickers, sometimes the bulb short circuits, and you'll have to replace the bulb. And sometimes the bulb is glowing nice and bright. It may take time, but ultimately, depending on the voltage, it displays a lot of light. It illuminates the whole room. So your energy is what will decide whether that luck bulb is going to glow bright, dim down, or flicker, right? And you will experience luck like this. You will notice this, that, oh yeah, this actually works like this. If your energy resounds with uh, your luck, your luck line, the lazy procrastination energy that we are talking about is something that is possible that you go through. You will experience disappointments, you will experience delays. So please keep that in mind, right? That if you look at your luck, like, yeah, you know what, this thing is going to happen, I'm just going to be, remember, I'm talking about laziness that's coming from within. uh, Purposely not finishing your task on time, purposely delaying one day after one day after one day. It could be anything in your personal life, in your professional life. What happens is the universe mirrors it back to you, and because of that, you go through and you experience delays, you experience disappointments. Hidden situations will come to light and bring clarity in terms of the process. So that's another thing that's happening in Jan 2024. Some things that were not clear earlier in certain aspects of your life, they will come out in the open, and because of that, the process will be clear enough for you to make decisions. Unexpected discoveries within and without lie await. So there will be things that you will discover, not just about yourself, but also about other people, the people that you are interacting with, surroundings, maybe even the social atmosphere of the country or the place that you're living in, so on and so forth. Be patient to yourself and let that mirror to the world around your surroundings. So you need to be patient not just with yourself, but also be patient with the surroundings around you, which means, um, well, to cite an example, I'm at my mom's place, and we are recording, and there is a lot of white noise, background noise, and it's constant. If it's not the train, it's the local vegetable seller who's making an honest living. He has to shout to sell his vegetables, right? We can't stop that. We have pets, so they bark when there's somebody at the gate. There is a school nearby, so there's a lot of white noise. But you need to be patient with the surroundings. Why? Because everybody is doing the best they can, and the whole world will not dance to your tune. You need to be okay with that, and your job is to stay calm through all of this chaos. All right. Let's move on to the next point. Let your work speak in terms of the vibes you feel. Vibrational frequency is so important. Remember, from morning, from the time you wake up to the time you sleep, that's all you have to work on. Keep your vibes so high that you're smiling, you're calm, cool, calm, and collected. The triple C's. You're smiling, you stay on top of your game, and anything that comes your way will automatically unravel itself and make it palatable. Everything will be okay, right? Everything is okay. This is what a high vibration is, right? And if you want to submit to the higher power, you say, you are the one who's given this to me, I'm handing it to you, give me a solution. Whatever it takes, do it, but don't bring your vibe down. The moment it comes down, it takes a while to come up. It's not immediate. Okay. um, your work needs to speak in terms of the vibes. So that is why, if you want your results to be good, you automatically have to have higher vibes, because it will reflect in your work. Okay, please remember this, it's very important. Have faith in your own strength and focus on gaining inner harmony. You need to realize that you need to walk the talk. You need to practice what you preach. You can't tell someone else. You need to have faith in yourself, and you are standing on shaky ground when it comes to you. Why does that happen? Figure it out. Most of the time, people who talk a lot are not able to deliver the goods on time. Why? Because they are spending so much of energy trying to tell people what to do that they forget that they need that same advice in their own life. Okay? Depend on your instinct and pay attention to your inner voice of reason. Very, very important. Your first sense must be your sixth sense. Don't ignore it, else you'll regret it. Business and work shoots up and mirrors your proactivity. Do not be rash though. So, despite the fact that your work life is going to get very, very busy, please don't be impulsive. Jot down new ideas, some of which you can use to tweak current challenges. You need to jot down ideas in your life, um, which, and it could be anything. And when it comes, and Jan, it's going to be bombarding you because these kind of ideas will come without any warning. You need to, we all have mobiles, you have a notepad section, write it down there. If you have a pen and a diary, write it down there. But don't say, you know what, I'll do it later. There's no later, and you'll forget about it, and then that ship has sailed. Okay. Get rid of anxiety, suspicion, and reconcile with aspects of reality you have yet to work on. So, if there are some parts of your reality that are making you anxious, or if you're not sure, you're suspecting whether, maybe it's A, maybe it's B, maybe this is the person who's triggered this, maybe that, or you need to reconcile to something that is making you uncomfortable because it's hurting your pride, ego, whatever, you need to get rid of it. It's important for you to let that insecurity go, let that anxiety go, let that suspicion go, let that feeling that you have to compromise go, because these are all low vibes. You don't want to do that to yourself. Remember, it's all about high vibes. And face reality, confront it, and make it work. Long lost items and or opportunities may be found. Again, some things that you've just left, you'll find them while you're around your workplace or your home. You'll find them and you'll be thrilled about it. Opportunities that you thought were shelved, or they're not going to come by again, they will come by again. So that's also going to happen in Jan. Be wise and be careful, and see which decision you can take best. Unexpected meetings with people are important in your life in this month, and this is possible for not just for you, but someone you know. Okay, that's happening in the month of Jan. You need to be careful how you tackle that, which means the meeting will be unexpected, yes, but the people being placed in your life or someone else's life is not a coincidence. Struggle and conflicts at work will work out if you take a step back and speak confidently after everyone has given you the floor. So please make every word count. If you are going to add to the chaos, add to the cacophony, everyone wants to be heard, obviously, no one wants to listen. So you wait when everybody is done, then you speak what you have to say. When you say what you have to say, you have to make sense of what you're saying. If you want to be heard, you have to make sense. And for that, you have to have the ear of someone who believes in your cause. So it's important that when you're speaking to the people, to the person who is listening to what you're saying, and who plays a major role in the decision of in taking the decisions in your life, right? Okay, now let me also tell you that January the 25th is the wolf moon, and it's the full moon. We call it the wolf moon. And Jan 11th is in Capri, and that is your new moon, right? All right, now we are done with the messages. Let's begin with the messages from the cards. So we have a lot of new cards. So the first one speaks about an older man. This means that you will have dealings or relationships with an older man if you're in the market for a relationship or not. It could just hit you like a ton of bricks, but um, that's a possibility. It's also possible that this person will be important in terms of contact. So uh, this person will play a role and have some kind of an influence in your life in terms of profession. That's also possible. Could be a mentor, your boss, your boss's father, but definitely someone. Or it could just be if say you're a business person, we're talking about an investor, a supplier, of someone who is of the same trade. But this is happening. So uh, how it is going to pan out depends on how wise you are in handling the relationship. Okay, trusting has to be earned. Please don't automatically grant your trust to anyone, and by that I mean even your own kith and kin, right? They have to earn it. The next card speaks about insecurity, right? So when I speak about insecurity, uh, of course, you all know this by now that it's a low vibe. Insecurity comes from within, but it is caused because of something that has happened on the outside. It's not a disease, but it is something that can cause stress, and stress can cause diseases and illnesses, right? So it's A, B, C. So there is something that is going to make you feel insecure about the station in your life. It could be your personal life, it could be your professional life. And insecurity usually comes from lack of self confidence. Please have a spell done if you can't handle it yourself. And if you can, face it, face what is making you insecure and handle it. But you need to deal with it because it's a low vibe, and that's not going to allow you to enjoy all the things you want to enjoy for the month of Jan, the beginning of a beautiful year. Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, a beautiful card that we use a lot in spell casting, that speaks about you will be getting an offer that will be better than what you had expected. This could be in terms of your job, promotion, a new job, business, investment, buying, selling, so on and so forth, share stocks, etc. This is the vibe that you're emanating, but that can only go if you get rid of the insecurity. We see this is right next to each other. That's high, this is low. So if you want to match this, then please get rid of this and do it fast. The King of Wands is the next card, which speaks about the fact that you could be a Leo or dealing with one. This card also means that people don't go by the gender, okay? You could be a female also. You are giving advice to other people, they're using it in their life and it's coming handy, it's working out for them. They're literally coming and thanking you, or they're praising you to the skies. But you're not practicing what you're preaching because you're not using that same thing on yourself. That same advice on yourself. You don't trust your own advice. You're not confident enough to use your own advice. Lack of self-confidence needs to be something. And well, again, I'm going to cite my example. I'm a confident high priestess and, co-magician in dragon magic. But I am not confident when it comes to cooking. There we go. Back again to cooking. So you can't be confident in everything. But the way to be confident is by practicing, and then some more, right? So shying away from it is not going to help your self-confidence. Similarly, for you, you will also have some aspects of your life you're not confident. But it's not a general blanket statement. If it is, then you definitely need a spell and figure out where is it stemming from, right? Past trauma, etc. All right, the next card, Justice. So you could be a Libran or dealing with one. This card also means that you need, if you're, if there are some court cases, litigations happening in your life or someone you know, they will be ruled in your favor and they will either begin or finish soon, or they're going to begin in Jan. This card also implies you need to clear out the legalities, how you're tied to the land that you stay in terms of the law of the land. So it could be anything as simple as taxes to be done on time, don't procrastinate. It could be getting all the paperwork done. It could be if you're moving to a new place, getting the social security number or the Aadhaar card like we say in India, and getting all the paperwork in order. And there is no procrastination here. The Justice card will always reward you if you do things on time. That's what I love the most about it. Seven of Wands. So Six of Wands, remember, is the victory card. So you've recently had a victory And Victory of Swords, however big or small, doesn't matter. Victory is a victory. Seven of Wands is here to say that despite that, you're moving on and you're continuing your journey. And that is an admirable trait. Congratulate yourself on it. Keep moving forward. Keep working on yourself. The King of Coins or the King of Pentacles tells me don't go by the gender. You could be a female also. This card speaks about the fact that people are looking at you and they are happy about the fact that you can take care of you and your own in terms of monies. And you are thinking about money, how to save, how to frugally spend, spending wisely, spending carefully depending on the utility of the product, dividing your monies, securing monies, increasing. So you're thinking about money all the time. Please remind yourself there are more to things in life than just money. So take some time out for yourself, if nothing else, because it can get quite addictive, okay? The Nine of Swords tells me that you could be having bouts of insomnia, sleeplessness could be an issue in the month of Jan. You might get overwhelmed and overburdened, so be careful of that. Or you might get into a bout of too many things are coming towards me, or there's something that is stressing you out that you need to get out of, get rid of. So whatever it is, please confront it. You need a good night's rest. Face the fear and overcome it. It's very important. Face the stress. Face whatever it is that is making you sleep late in the night. And if it is a habit, like say social media, that blue light is horrible, we all know that, or taking time to unwind, you need to start disciplining yourself to sleep early so that you can wake up early. That 6 to 8 hours of sleep is very, very important for you to function properly. Archangel Gabriel, remember we have 4 archangels and Archangel Gabriel stands behind us. Archangel Gabriel is the color purple, right? So royal purple is the color for January for you. And Archangel Gabriel, among other jobs or tasks, is in charge of communication. He wears the crest of Mercury, and Mercury, as you know, is a planet of communication. Your power of expression is going to be on the rise now, so that's a good thing. It will be easier for you to communicate now with others. You can express your feelings better. You'll be able to work on your projects that involve communication better, such as journalism, marketing, radio, television, publishing, counseling, teaching, etc. You need to remember the power of words. So don't take out, don't say things that you regret, things that you take back, and don't like cuss like they say just like that, okay? Give me a second. So the next card is initiation. You are going to be initiated, and you have to initiate your own self. Even if you go to someone who is going to initiate you in whatever practice you want to, remember they create an energy space where you have to want to be initiated. So if you're joining a course, or if you're taking part in some activity where you intend to be initiated, you have to, the space is created. It's not like the person initiates you. The knowledge creates a space and then you enter it and thus you initiate it. That's how it works, okay? That's happening in Jan as well. And the last card that I have for you is about bhang or addiction. Please remember, this is not just about materialistic addiction. We are also talking about other forms of addiction that bind you down. You need to free yourself from it. It could be anything from smoking, drinking, drugs and alcohol, to gambling, to gossiping, to negativity, to overthinking. But whatever it is, please use the month of Jan to meditate and to get it out of your system. Release it. Complaining about others, comparing, they are all low vibes and they are all addictions. You can't stop, right? Unless and until you're checked again and again, then you realize, oh my God, it's a vicious cycle. So please be aware of this. Start your year like this and I promise you high vibes will follow. All right. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next couple of videos. Take care of yourselves and a very happy new year to you and yours once again. Love, light and knowledge to you all. Beatus Essay and Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina.